Good morning. So glad that you are watching 3 Plus U today because we have a very special hour ahead for you. We're getting ready for the Red Bank Jubilee coming up on Saturday, May 7th. So throughout the hour, we're going to highlight some of the best places for you to discover in Red Bank. Many of them new, a lot of them old. So we're kicking off the show at Dub's Place, a Red Bank institution, really an area institution. Maybe you don't know the history behind it though, so we're going to go inside and pay a visit to Jordan Miller. So here we are, we've stepped inside to Dub's Place and it feels like you have literally stepped back in time. I'm waiting to see the fawns step around the corner, but instead I get the great fun of having Jordan Miller and Danielle Zalonis here. Thanks for letting me come in.
Absolutely.
How much fun do you have every day coming to work?
Yeah, we have good fun here. It's like sometimes it's like dinner and a show, isn't it?
So okay, you gave me Jordan a bit of a history lesson because if you're from Red Bank, you know Dub's quite well. Chances are, if you've lived in Chattanooga your whole life, you know about Dub's.
Absolutely.
But if you're a fairly recent transplant, this might be a new name, but it will become a familiar one. Since 1952, this has been kind of the summertime joint around the Red Bank area, right?
Absolutely, and we've kind of made it all year round now. So
how did it begin? What were the humble beginnings?
Well, it was, I think it was just an ice cream place in 1952, and people came and got ice cream. They made these little crumble burgers that people kind of know in the area, and it's been around a really long time. There were some different owners from the original owners to when I bought the place, and we've had it about 10 years now, and we've grown and we've grown and we've grown, and I think that people that they say to me all the time, we drive by all the time, but we never stop in. So we stopped in today,
and now they're
oh
hooked.
my gosh, they're like, we'll be back tomorrow.
If they're lucky enough to stop in, and by all means on Jubilee Day, come by. They're north, by the way, of Ashland Terrace. We'll talk about that in a minute. But make sure you come on a day when Danielle is here because you haven't lost your original roots. Ice cream and burgers are still some of the best items on the menu. You're one heck of a milkshake maker.
That's what I hear.
That's what you hear. Do you not taste your own work?
I did. So the last few days I've been kind of tasting them, but yeah.
So your secret is the chemistry of it, right? You want to give your customer a lot of ice cream, not a lot of milk.
Yeah, well, a lot of flavor, but more, like a milkshake and not milk.
Yeah.
Chocolate milk kind of thing.
And you said, Jordan, that people can tell if Danielle's the one to make it versus somebody else.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
You then are the self-described foodie. So you say that you don't mind admitting that you make one heck of a burger.
We make one heck of a burger here, yep, at least that's what I hear. So, I don't like to say to people, don't go there, don't go here. Everybody has their own kind of burger. But when they come and they eat the burger, they say, wow, this dripped down my arm. Yeah. This is the way a burger should be, old-fashioned style.
Which fits the theme.
Absolutely.
I told you I was looking for the fawns when I came walking through. You've got the mid-century modern tables and chairs in here. Tell us the story behind the license plates that are all around. All 50 states, right?
All 50 states, and interestingly enough, it took about 5 years. We've been here 10 years. I've owned the place 10 years, and it took about 5 years to get all the plates, to get all 50 states. But then about 2 months ago, somebody came in with a Washington, D.C. plate, which is something that you don't find very often.
No.
And so now I have,
51.
51.
That is so, and what about the traffic light? Is that just a prop or is there a story behind it?
I've had that a long time.
It's just fun.
Yeah, it's just fun. And the parking meter is really cool too, because if you look at it real close, I think, what is it, a penny for 10 minutes?
Oh yeah. A dime would buy you 2 hours.
A dime would buy you 2 hours.
Oh, for the good old days, right?
Isn't that the truth? That's right.
So let's talk about parking, actually, because you are north of Ashland Terrace, so you actually have a parking lot.
Yes, it's not a very big parking lot, but we squeeze them in for sure.
And you wanted to make sure that we point out kind of your location because Red Bank is growing. We're going to highlight that throughout the hour. And of course, between Ashland Terrace and kind of the beginning of the North Shore, it's a lot of growth.
Yes.
But don't discount what's north of Ashland Terrace. That's where you are.
Absolutely not. Yes. Don't discount what's north of Ashland Terrace. Come and explore a little bit. You know, instead of coming down off the highway, down Morrison Springs, turning and going right onto Ashland Terrace to go over to Hickson, maybe, you know, don't turn onto Ashland Terrace and come north on Dayton Boulevard. Right. It'll take you all the way to the end of Dayton Boulevard, and you can go right on up to Hickson.
You can go wherever you want to go from there.
That's right.
So talk to me about this, because you and I found out we have a shared background. You're from Atlanta. Yes. I'm from Atlanta. Yes. That small town heart, if you will, is pretty quick to grab onto. So here you are, this big city transplant in little Red Bank, Tennessee, and now you're in the kind of this central hub. You're a pulse in Red Bank.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people come to Red Bank to eat at Dub's. We have a lot of folks that come from Rossville, Georgia, a lot of places to come eat at Dub's. As a matter of fact, interestingly enough, and I didn't believe the guy, but he was dead set on letting me know last week that he came from Greenville, South Carolina to eat here.
No kidding.
Yes, yes.
Okay, did he come for your hamburger, your milkshake, or you also don't mind admitting that you make excellent smoked meats, like barbecue?
Excellent smoked meats, but he came for these crumble burgers.
Okay.
But the crumble burger is something that's more of a novelty. It's more nostalgic than anything else. And it's the only thing on the menu that is not my food.
Okay. So you still make the crumble burger?
Yes. So when you first come to Dub's, I want you to try my food.
Right.
Which is, you know, the hamburgers are a mainstay, the smoked meat is a mainstay. It's just everything is really, really good because we make it all here in-house.
Right. What does it mean to you, the sense of community? I know that Red Bank is growing, but it seems like the people who are coming in are wanting to still be part of the small town feel. They don't want to grow and change too fast.
They don't want to grow and change too fast. But it is time for Red Bank to grow. Things are growing up all around us, and it's moving down into our little 6 mile long, 1 mile wide city. Yeah. And Red Bank is poised to become something really cool, and it's now on its way finally. Right. 10 years I've been here. We've waited a long time for this. This is the chance that I took 10 years ago in more of a slower paced Red Bank, a non-changing Red Bank, but it is now moving forward.
Well, you were ready because where we're sitting this morning is an addition that you put on about 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago.
And it's still very small and tight. I mean, you only have, what, 10 tables in here maybe? Something like that?
8, 10 tables, yeah.
You manage it, right? You want the front of the house to be very efficient for folks when they come in.
Definitely. Yeah.
But I would imagine a lot of days, your doorbell's about to ring in a minute with customers coming in, I know. Yeah. It gets pretty packed.
Yeah, it gets pretty packed.
We have seating outside also.
You do?
Out back, yeah.
Now, can people ever get like a to-go order from you? Can they do it that way?
Interestingly enough, it's a great question. Dub's was always to go until we built this on.
Until you did this.
So during the pandemic, we were really busy because they knew they could come get food to go.
Gotcha.
Then when everything started to back down and we reopened the dining room according to the rules and regulations, now it works really well here. It takes a long time to get people to hear and come. Listen, hear, come, do it. But we finally got it to this point where it stays busy all the time.
So here is where you want to come, is Dub's Place. They're on Dayton Boulevard. If you know where Pi R Square is, or kind of across the street from that, put it in your GPS, come, and then you'll put it in your favorites after that, because you will fall in love.
Right, and the Facebook page. Yeah. You know, go to the Facebook page. I don't have a website. Go to the Facebook page, check it out. You got questions, you call, you ask us, we'll take care of it. We're very, very customer oriented.
And come when Danielle is here so you can get her milkshake. Thank you both so much. The tour of Red Bank continues. We're getting you ready for the Red Bank Jubilee. We're back in just a minute. For 45 years, the Bass family at Colony 13 at Northgate Mall has been providing unique gifts and personal service to their customers.